Hey everybody, it's Nico with today's ThoughtLoad, and today I want to talk about perspective, not just out in the world, but specifically perspective in social media. One of the things that I've been dealing with or working on the past several months is figuring out my LinkedIn profile, working in LinkedIn, sending messages, things like that. And I wanted to give some perspective on the platform itself and also just the perspectives that people have on LinkedIn and on different social media platforms. But again, looking at LinkedIn specifically here, we have to take things like a bigger picture of things, right? How many people work worldwide? Well, according to studies and surveys, we got about 3.3 million people worldwide that are working. Now, LinkedIn only has 134 million active daily users. Now, sure, they have lots more total accounts. In terms of active daily users, it's probably somewhere between 130 to 150 million, maybe 200 million on a good day. And the important part of those two different numbers is the trends, practices, words, phrases, everything that you may hear on LinkedIn does not necessarily reflect how people are thinking across the entire working world, right? Even though there are a lot of people using LinkedIn, it is not a perfect showing, a perfect perception of what people are thinking. Now, most major news companies, most social media platforms will use LinkedIn to showcase something that's happening in the working world. And listen, it's a great place to look for jobs and connect with people. And I think the adage that LinkedIn is the corporate Facebook is fairly accurate. It serves a great purpose for certain things. But is it really a true representation of what everyone in the working world is thinking or how they act or do business? No, not necessarily. So again, is it a perfect analogy or comparison? No, but the idea here is to realize that if you're only listening or looking at what LinkedIn is producing and the messages that it's sending to you, and you think that those messages are the perfect messages to hear for the corporate world, or this is going to advance my career or what have you, that may not always be the case. So make sure you're looking elsewhere in other platforms and other areas to just get different perspectives. There's nothing wrong with taking a look somewhere else just to confirm or deny any perspectives that you may have. And similarly with the LinkedIn situation between how many people are employed worldwide and how many people use LinkedIn, we could look at situations like Twitter, X, or Facebook. For Twitter/X, I'm looking that they have approximately 528 million active daily users. Okay, that's a lot. But is that an accurate representation of what people think in the United States as a country or worldwide as a broader scale? No, it's not. Not everyone uses Twitter. And so even though there may be a post that has millions and millions of likes, you have to think that, okay, maybe that post is just in this one country, or it's just with these types of people or what have you. It is simply a perspective. And I would urge anyone to look a little deeper to see why they think what they think, and also seek the counter perspective as well. Look to see what other people are saying in contrast to that initial statement or comment or whatever it may be. And it's not to prove anyone right or wrong necessarily. It's for you to learn. It's for you to gather information and see how those thoughts or posts or comments or whatever, how those things impact your life. Maybe after searching for some different perspectives, you notice, hey, all of these comments or thoughts are kind of extreme. There's really no reason for me to pay attention to this or to follow any of these people as intensely as I do. That's a good thing to learn. That's okay. And so anytime that we're looking at things out in social media world or on our feeds or corporate stuff with LinkedIn or whatever it may be, just remember that what you are seeing is not always an accurate representation of the views of the masses. That's it. Just like what we see on cable news networks and things like that. Most of what they say or do is not really aligned with most of the people in the world, right? Same thing. And it's okay when people aren't aligned. That's fine. But the big part is that we have to talk, we have to communicate, and we have to seek different perspectives. And also understand when people's perspectives may be limited. Some of the people that have a lot of followers on Twitter just talk to people on Twitter, but they don't talk to people outside of Twitter or people that may have totally different perspectives than they do. And it's wildly important to get all the perspectives that we can to better understand any situation we're looking at, but also to better understand ourselves. And with that, I want to leave you with a quote about perception from Aldous Huxley. They say, there are things known and there are things unknown. And the in-between are the doors of perception. Guys, remember to take a look at different perspectives across social media as you venture through the World Wide Web. And remember to stay tuned next week for another Thought Load. And as always, begin the duel, win the day.